Yo, Mario, why didn't you tell me about what I was missing out on with the Nintendo Switch, man? I thought we were friends. I thought you were keeping me up with the trends, man. You let me down. So guys, I know I'm super late to this. I know. It is 2022, and I ain't never held a Switch until this. Now the funny thing is the Nintendo Switch came out in 2017. I didn't have a job until 2020. Now I'll be honest with you, I wasn't even super interested in the idea of a Switch. Now don't get me wrong, I wanted one. I wanted to play Zelda, I wanted to play Mario, but I was like kind of on the fence about it because I knew it was very underpowered. And then when I got my job in 2020, I kind of was on the fence about it. I was hearing rumblings about a Switch Pro, and then nothing came out throughout 2020. So then I started asking GameStop here, and they're like, hey, you guys got one in stock, but I wasn't like actively looking for one. When the Nintendo Switch OLED came out, I was now actively looking for a Switch. For some reason, whenever I had the money for it, they weren't in stock, and whenever they were in stock, I didn't have the money. I was going to GameStop to get an Xbox Elite controller, and I was like, hey, I have a quick question. And I had already purchased a controller. Like, when's the next time you guys are gonna have any Switch OLEDs in stock? We have one in stock right now, but I had just spent almost $200 on this controller, and the guy suggested to me to return the controller. I'm like, you don't mind? They're like, no, we don't mind. I got my hands on the Nintendo Switch OLED model. This is my first impressions. Like I said, I've never held one. I've never played with one. I've only seen them. So my first experience with a Nintendo Switch is this OLED model. I went into this expecting to be disappointed because the Switch, if let's be real, the Switch is very underpowered. I wouldn't want to sit here and play Doom Eternal on this thing. I just wouldn't. The only game that I played so far is Zelda Breath of the Wild. The one game that I just really wanted to play, and I figured why not start here. I was concerned that the 720p screen was gonna be a hindrance. I thought it was gonna look ugly and grainy. This is the best 720p screen I have experienced. You can't even tell that it's 720p. Let me know down in the comments if there's other games that you play on handheld mode that it's very noticeable that it's 720p. But so far with Zelda, you can't tell. Now granted, the art style is very much like anime-esque and like highly cartoonish, but it still looks amazing. This 7-inch screen is beautiful. This 7-inch OLED, deep blacks, beautiful whites, great contrast. You can't beat an OLED. You just can't beat an OLED. I have noticed some draw distance issues, some pop-in, and let's be completely honest with you, holding the Switch without a grip is not the most comfortable. Now, the Switch OLED has this really nice kickstand in the back that maneuvers really nicely so you can prop it up. Now, mind you, I didn't just get the Switch. I did accidentally make a mistake. I bought this grip. Don't buy this. It's terrible. I had accidentally mistaken this as the Satisfy grip because I was rushing. I didn't look at the box. I just grabbed the first grip that I saw, not thinking that GameStop was carrying e-waste plastic, but I was wrong. The thing is, this is damaging my Switch. There's these little clasps. They grind against the top of my Switch, and they are scratching it. They are damaging my Switch. And then my idiot self, I did, however, buy a Satisfy Zen Grip Pro, but guess what? I didn't know that the OLED model was a different size. So this doesn't fit. So I had to order another. However, one purchase that I did make that I am very much pleased with, Switch Pro Controller. It is a beautiful blend of the finger placement in the back of a PS4 controller and the joystick placement of an Xbox One controller. I really like the controller. I might do a standalone video on that. The analog sticks on the Switch itself, they're okay. They're not great, they're okay. I wish there was a D-pad, but I understand why there's not, because, you know, each Joy-Con is supposed to be able to be used independently, but I genuinely do wish that there was a D-pad. The original Nintendo grip for the Joy-Cons, it's actually not bad. It really mimics a controller pretty well, but I just really wanted the full Switch experience when I got the Pro Controller. Other than the D-pad situation, I have a few complaints with this. Now, it came with these rails for each Joy-Con. I don't know if mine are defective, but every time I slide them on, they get stuck. So I refuse to use them because they are like damn near damaging my Switch. I'm worried about Joycon Drift. I do know that that is a huge problem, and it's been happening to all of these handheld consoles. And I think it's just because these analog sticks are just not made as well as controllers. But let's be real, I've been through like 4 PS4 controllers because of analog drift. Analog drift is a real problem. Another complaint I have is these shoulder buttons. I don't like how shallow they are. It's a minor complaint and it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't hinder my gameplay experience. I just wish that there was a little bit more travel. The 64 gigabytes of storage, I don't know if that's going to be a problem. I kind of am planning on buying all my Switch games physically unless I can't, but you can expand the storage. The headphone jack, it's nice to have it. It doesn't drive headphones very well. Like even my Razer headphones were a little bit quiet. At least there's a headphone jack. For $350, the build quality is impressive. I was expecting this thing to feel terribly. It's got a beautiful 7-inch OLED screen, removable controllers, a touch screen, and it can play games very well at $350. The sacrifices are hard to notice. I see why people love this console. I will make a dedicated review of the console. This is just how I feel currently from 2 days of using it, and I'm thoroughly impressed with this Switch. I, for the longest time, didn't get it. I was like, why is everybody so excited about this underpowered portable console? And that's the thing, is as a portable console, I really don't feel like it's underpowered. And plus, you dock it up to your TV, now it's upscaled to 1080p. Not every game hits 1080p, but it does that. The magic is the fact that you can be sitting here playing your game, right? Enjoying yourself. You get home and you're like, oh, I really want to continue where I left off. Boop. Let's kick back on the couch. Let's play some video games. I know that this is a concept that's been around since 2017, but this isn't a new concept to me, but I'm just now experiencing it and understanding the hype. Nintendo got something magical here. I just really hope that I wasn't too late to the boat. I hope that I didn't buy this OLED and then this year they announced the Switch Pro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really worried about that. And that was another reason why I was so worried about buying one. I don't want to be that guy that jumped on the boat so late that I'm swimming. Dude, I can't wait to keep playing this. All I want to do is keep playing. I'm excited about games again. This got me excited about games again. Like, I was enjoying games, but something about this, there was like a spark inside me that was like, gaming is so cool, man. And another thing that's impressive, the speakers on this thing are super impressive. This whole thing, $350. That's it. That's all it is $350. And I see some people complain about the price. It's like, bro, are you understanding what you're getting at $350? The IAmVehement Next is $1,200. This is a steal. To have such a beautiful screen, good feeling controls, great first party games. Mario, y'all did it, man. And I missed the train. You know, that's what upsets me the most, is I'm just now experiencing it. But if you want to see a review that I did with two mice, I compared the Razer Viper Ultimate to the Logitech G Pro X.